wealth beyond salary. So let me just a few ground rules. Like I mentioned before, I encourage for everybody's mic to be turned off. For everybody's mic to be turned off. Just mute yourself. If there's any room for you to maybe ask question or participate in the conversation, you can unmute. That's one. Then number two, in the course of our presentation, if you notice that you're having some network challenge and your video is turned on, all right, I would recommend that you turn it off so that you can hear properly. Guide us on how tonight's webinar will flow. I'll make some presentations just for a few minutes. Then thereafter, we have an opportunity to have an interactive Q&A session for a few minutes with a veteran investor and a retired as a very senior federal government official. We are privileged to have him on the call, in the person of Engineer Smart Omaragon. So he would be here just to receive as many questions as we may have, but it's going to be short time, so we'll just make it worthwhile. So just relax, just follow through our presentations. There'll be opportunity for interaction, and towards the end of the call, I'll also give opportunity for you to make some very good decisions in regards to your income. And so just try and stay to the end. I encourage you to stay to the end. So at any point in time, you can't hear me. At any point in time, I'm not audible. Just draw my attention at the chat session. Thank you so much. So we'll just commence. So okay, confirm. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Is that yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yes. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So at the moment, I can't really see what's going on there. Some of our team members will assist if there's anything. So just put in the chat box. So good evening. Welcome to tonight's webinar series, Wealth Beyond Salary, Transform Your Salary into Multiple Streams of Income. All right. So this webinar, we host webinar on a regular basis, but today's own is specially dedicated to all workers, income earners, hustlers, those who wake up early in the morning, go to bed late. I mean, in this call tonight, we have people from various parts of Nigeria present in this call, from the west, from the north, from the south. I can see you. I check the registration and I see every one of you. I just want you to know today that your efforts, your labor, they are not in vain. I understand how the economy is right now. I understand how things are tough. I mean, the cost of just trying to put food on your table alone is almost, so for some people, it covers their entire income, topics of transport. And at the end of the day, it almost looks like there's nothing to take home. So I just want to let you know that we see you, we celebrate you. And it's part of the reasons why we're having this webinar tonight, for you to really see ways you can expand your means. All right. You know, there's this popular magazine that says live within your means. But some people are living within their means and their means cannot live within them. It's going down and their income cannot catch up. So in that scenario, you need to now expand your means. And so that's what we'll be doing in tonight's session. So I welcome you. So let's start with this, an interesting fact. This is just for us to help our thinking. This is a foreign use Lexus ROX 330. Some of us, we know this car. I mean, in some cities in Nigeria, they won't even see this car again because it's very old model and old fashioned. In some cities, you will find it. Some of you may not know it. A law in Nigeria says that you're not supposed to drive any car that is less than 2013, 2011 model. So, but yet, these are the kind of cars we still see on our roads. The point I'm trying to drive at is the fact that just this common Lexus All right, that's just enough maybe to take you from where you are to where you need to be. It now costs around 11 million to 16 million. All right, depending on the mileage. I'm talking about the foreign use, something that you know will last. And if you are someone that you are earning the minimum wage of 70,000 and you just want to save your salary, assume you don't touch it, you don't do anything, just on savings and saving it. It will take you from around 13 to 19 years for you to be able to afford this old car. I just want you to think about that. If you are, assume you are earning the minimum wage, all right? That's your income, the minimum wage. And you want to just get this Lexus RX 330, 2006 model. It will take you 13 to 19 years of savings. Assume you don't do any damage, you don't feed from the salary, you don't do anything from the salary. Let's take it a step further. Let's assume you are earning 250,000 to even 500,000. If you still take you around 4 to 7 years of savings without touching them, I mean, this salary, I'm not touching it for anything, I'm just keeping it in the savings account just to be able to afford a car. So you get the picture of how it can be very funny to rely on one stream of income, especially in the economy that we live in now. You see how many years it take you to be able to save to even afford a car like this, just to move you around. And this is an old car, very old car. In some cities in Nigeria, you can't even drive this. You can't drive it. You have issues with the people that are doing the checks and all this stuff. So the goal of this webinar is to challenge your mind, is to make you expand, like I said, expands your means of income, rather than you just limiting yourself to your income and just living, managing. The more you're managing in 70, the more the prices of things are going up, and the prices of things are going up. How long can you hold on? All right. So it's just for us to be able to think, because I don't think that we are created by God to just survive. I mean, just eat, just be able to just afford here to sleep and just move on. I mean, feed, take care of children. Those are survival. At least we should be able to afford the niceties of life, have your home, build your house, be able to drive your car. That's financial freedom. Be able to live life on your terms. So if you want to go the route of just wage alone, all right, this is how it takes. All right, this is how long it takes for you to be able to just afford some basic stuff, old modern cars. All right. So tonight's objective, what we want to achieve with tonight's objective is to just enlighten you on asset classes. You need to really understand. You know, I'm talking about expanding your means. I want to talk about expanding your means. You need to now start talk about asset classes. All right. How to start investing with your salary, no matter the size of your paycheck. We'll also touch on understanding fractional investing. All right, introduction to liquid investing. Like fractional investing talks about with your little capital, what can you begin to explore? What assets can you begin to explore? How do you begin to build an asset portfolio? Then we'll look at risk management. All right. Then, of course, like I said before the end of this call, before the end of this meeting, I'll give opportunity for you guys to be able to make some decisions. So like I said, we're going to have an interactive Q&A with a veteran investor. We're so privileged to have him here with us on call. And I already observed that he's already here listening to us. So you get an opportunity to ask. So this is not just sharing theory. You get an opportunity to interact with someone that has demonstrated practical results from it too. And we're all here to guide. Okay. So let me just introduce myself. A lot of people may not know me. You just have seen my name and they're just wondering who is this person that is talking about. He's talking about money. He's talking about assets and everything. What credentials or what authority does he have to talk to? I just give you a few things about myself so that you can just receive what I'm sharing with you. I'm a man with many hats. I'm a lot of things to different people, based on the tasks you see me carrying out. But for the sake of this community, take me as a convener. I'm a graduate of the University of Benin, where I studied civil engineering. And like I said before, a lot of engineering and finance, they just have a way to go. Our current CBN governor also did engineering. Jimovia, the owner of Zenith Bank, also did engineering. So maybe because of the mathematical stuff, but I in my bachelor's, I did engineering. I'm also a graduate of JBS Lagos and also Tekidia Business Institute, Boston, USA. I began my career about a decade ago as an agent banker for First Bank and Zenith Bank. From there, I grew on in other areas of finance, such as retail banking, insurance, investment banking, and asset management. Some of the things I'll be sharing with you tonight, they are not just practical things that I've seen in textbook. These are from practical work and my work that I do every day as a finance person. So I currently serve as a business manager of Mecklen Finance, a financial institution focused on retail banking for small and medium enterprises. I'm a certified financial coach by the Central Bank of Nigeria. For about a decade, I've dedicated a great portion of my work towards financial literacy, educating thousands both on site and online on how they can utilize their financial resources for maximum productivity. I've had the opportunity working for big organizations. I've had the opportunity to speak for the federal and state governments and developmental organizations to execute financial literacy. So it's my earnest desire that your desired financial dream will surely come to pass. So I really welcome you to tonight's webinar. All right. So that's a little about me. You can follow me on LinkedIn, follow me on most of the social media handles to see the work that we've been doing. Okay, so we're about to just really get very, I want to start very, I want to issue a disclaimer because I've been getting a lot of DMs. What I'm about to share with you is not a get rich quick scheme or system of fast and quick returns. Some people are asking me, how does it work? How does it work? This is not one of all those bring 5 people, bring 2 people, your downline, your upline, your sideline. All right, there's nothing wrong with those business models. Like, I'm not trying to share one. You put 5,000 a year, 3 weeks, you get 10,000, you bring another person. I won't teach against that. All right. Real wealth is built from proven systems. And what I'm going to share with you, they are systems that billionaires across the world they use. All right. So just try and open your heart, learn, look at what we are sharing. Okay. Not a get rich quick scheme. All right. You know, enough of that jumping from one Ponzi scheme to another one, to another one, to another machine, to another AI, to another bot, to another robot that is paying. You're moving and moving and moving, and every single day. At the end of the day, it's leading to nothing. What I want to share with you are practical stuff that can change your financial life and give you your desired dream. All right. So let me talk on salary because people try to downplay the role of salary. All right. In my introduction, I just told you just now that from salary alone, it looks like it's so difficult for you to be afford just the basic niceties of life, like a car, build your house because of the cost of things. But the truth is, the salary is your greatest tool for wealth. Like if you have any source of income, okay, salary is not necessarily like you have an employer, any source, anything that represents a consistent source of income for you, all right, that is a salary, all right. You are paid for a job that you do is a proof that someone or an organization finds you valuable. So I want you to really be proud in the fact that you can earn an income or you are paid a salary. It's because you are valuable, you have something to offer. You have a skill, you have a service that someone has recognized or an organization has recognized and they've chosen to reward you for that. Don't allow anybody sort of belittle you. You know, some people say that job is just because you are over broke. You can't think, you are mentally lazy. You can't start a business, you know. Some of all those motivational talks making you just downplay, like, say, salary are for losers and those kind of stuff. So it's rubbish. It's rubbish talk. Because you know, they don't really understand what it means to accumulate capital. All wealth in this material world, whether they are billionaires or whatever it is first a product of capital accumulation. All right. You can't talk of multiple streams if there is no one stream you can leverage on to be able to generate additional streams. So you see, salary is that base, and without a foundation, there's no way a house can be built. So I want you to begin to now see your salary beyond just that income, that thing that comes to you on a monthly basis for you to sort out bills, pay your house rent, buy food, transportation, and all this stuff. See it as a capital that can produce multiple fruits for you. And is that multiple fruits that we are sharing tonight? So all wealth in this material world is a product of capital accumulation and capital deployment. And I'll be touching on that very soon. So it leads me to the next very important subject, which is assets and liabilities. Assets and liabilities. When you're talking about multiple streams of income, like I said, what I'm sharing tonight, there are things that will help you shift your thinking first. Because if you don't shift your thinking, you will not be able to shift your pocket. You need to first of all shift your thinking before you can shift your pocket. And so you must understand assets and liabilities. You must have been hearing the word assets and liabilities. Some of you, maybe from secondary school or from normal economic definition, you'll be hearing it. But have you been able to really see how practical? What is assets? What does it mean to me? How practical is it? An asset is simply anything, any item you have that puts money in your pocket or has the ability to make you money. While liabilities are things that take money away from you. No, assets, they help you to earn. Very soon you see some types of assets, things that represent assets. But at the basics, just take an asset as anything that sort of brings money to you. For instance, a house is an asset if it's a rental property that you receive rent from that property. That is an asset. It can be an equipment. All right. It can be other things which I'll mention very soon, but an asset is anything. So we are talking of multiple streams. You need to be thinking of assets, like assets that you can get or assets that you possess that will generate income for you. Because the goal is the fact that at your active years of work, especially for those who are less than 40, less than 45, all right, for those in that age category, this is when you have energy from your 20s, your 30s, and mid 40s, going to approaching your 50s. The energy is there. The goal is for you to be able to earn income and put it in things, all right, that will be able to take care of you when you get to that point of your life, when you don't have the same energy and vigor as you do now. So that's what assets are. While liabilities are things that they take money away from you, like bank loan, personal loan, even a personal house. If you don't, if that is not a rental property, before you fix this, fix that, it's taking money away from you. So your job is an asset, because your job is what primarily brings you income or you earn wage. Like I said, take this definition is something that will run through this asset and liability, something that will run through. I will soon be done and wrap up and allow our veteran investor engineer to also share with us and have opportunity for us to ask some questions. The business we do is an asset. Investments we make, they are assets. These are things that can generate multiple streams of income for you. All right. So when you talk about assets, I'm just going to highlight 4 categories while I will zoom in on one. All right. We have financial assets. When you talk about financial assets, these are stocks, shares you buy in companies, bonds, treasury bills, mutual funds, the fixed deposits, the savings you have that is any interest. All right. Some of you just have savings in your bank account and you have not really dedicated a portion to savings that can earn interest. Okay. Maybe if you have time, we'll touch on that. All right. Then we have real assets. Real assets are physical things that have value. Like I mentioned, land, anything that can increase in value. All right. For instance, you have a land today that is 300,000. Next year it becomes 600,000. It's an asset. It's appreciating. It's bringing more money to your pocket. We have good equipment. If they can be sold later or generate income, they are an asset. Okay. Then business assets. These are things that help you to run and grow a business. Those things you have, the machines, your inventory, even your brand names. In some places, your ideas are patented. Your customer list. It helps you to make money in business. It is an asset. Then you talk about skill. Most people don't know these things. They just think assets are just land. But the only thing that people have observed in my interaction with most people trying to draw financial plans on them, the only kind of investment they understand is land. The only kind of investment they understand is land, property, real estate. That is a kind of investment, which is not bad, it's good. Like I said, but they are different. There are different components. As what smart people do is that they try to take advantage of the different asset classes possible. So, for instance, depending on the location you are living in Nigeria, there are some lands you can't get in some very good places that you can't get for $1 million or even 500,000. Even if you get those lands for 500,000, the years it will take to appreciate to something reasonable will take a lot of time. And there's nothing wrong with buying for a long term. But at that point where you don't have that money to buy the land or buy real estate, what do you do with your 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000? Do you just throw it away or just leave it in savings alone? Okay, so that is the goal of tonight's webinar. Just to also open your eyes to really understand, like I said, how you can begin to deploy your salary to be able to generate more streams of income for you so that you can be able to afford the life that you need to live. Okay, so let me just talk on two individuals. I want to talk on two individuals. Before I move on, let me be sure you are following. If you are following, just show me on the comment section, the chat room that I'm following. Right on. Just type right on. I get like 5, 10. I know that you're following. Okay, I'm seeing your emojis. Okay, that's good. All right, good. Okay, right on. Good. All right, fine. All right, thank you. Okay. All right, so that means you're following. All right, good. Thank you. Once more, let me just take a break here. I want to welcome to everyone that has joined in. I know we have people from every nook and cranny of this nation. I mean, from the north to the south to the east and the west, we run promotions there. So I know that everybody, so I really celebrated, like I said, if you didn't hear me when I said it at the beginning, I'm celebrating income earners. We are celebrating income earners as a company. That's why I'm organizing this webinar, to show you how you can turn your salary into something that generates revenue. Okay, so we have opportunity to have Q&A session, like we've said, for you to interact with veteran investor and also get opportunity to ask questions. So let me just continue, just wanted to take that break. So I want to talk on two individuals that are people that have proven that salary is not scam, or you can transform your salary into something that generates revenue. Number one is Tony Lumelu. Some of you may not know, you just know Tony Lumelu is the owner of UBA. Right, please help me mute. All right, so I don't get distracted. Who's that? Okay. Let me just... All right, thank you. So, okay. Okay. All right. So, if you are just joining the call, try and mute your mic to avoid distraction. So, I want to talk about two guys. The first one here is Tony Lumelu. Tony Lumelu, a lot of you don't know, Tony Lumelu started his career as a young analyst, an entry-level staff of a bank called Alliance Trust Bank. And I think that should be in 1986, there about 1987. But he didn't start as the owner of a bank. He started as at least the least role as a bank officer. But he grew in ranks, understood the game, took advantage of opportunities, and today is a major equity shareholder, of a lot of major corporations in this nation. Apart from banking sector, even in energy, oil and gas, and the rest. That's the mindset. Okay. And he's the one that always said that you must understand that your salary is a capital. If you continue to see your salary as an income I receive to take care of my bills, pay my house rent, feed myself, and do those normal survival things, you may not be able to transform your income. It will just be the money comes, it goes. Money comes, it goes. It settles bills, it takes care of food, transportation, it goes. But you must see your salary. You see, that thing is very important. But then you see your salary as a capital. All right? As a capital. It changes the way it is. This other guy, I don't know if you know him, his name is Gabriel Ogbuche. I think if you're those of you in the group, I posted the picture. I was privileged to have a one-on-one conversation with him sometime in Lagos. So he was a sales guy. I was just a sales guy with a company called Ascon. Some of you may know them. But I think his salary at that time was 30,000. This guy, with his 30,000, there was a way he apportioned it. He was able to start a diesel business. And that's how the guy started supplying diesels to companies. And today he's the founder of one of the major oil companies, Rain Oil. Some of you may know Rain Oil. They have outlets across the length and breadth of this nation. They started with salary, and it's not even the size of their paycheck, because people live under the delusion that there's a certain kind of paycheck I need to earn to be able to do some certain things. No, it's not the size of your paycheck. It's the size of your understanding of how this thing works. So it's why we are having this webinar, so you'll be able to see this thing. So like I said before, there are different classes of assets. All right. There's the financial asset, there's the real asset, the business asset, the skill asset. Each of these things, I can spend 1 hour on each, zoom in, go in details, and let you understand it. But we don't have that time tonight. But I'll just take one, and I want to talk on this first one, financial asset. So just listen, you'll be able to understand from it all of that points. And of course, we'll also have opportunity for further conversations. All right. So like I said, equity, when you talk about equity investing in liquid assets, we're not beginning to talk about owning shares of companies. All right. I'm not talking about, some of you will be hearing shares, bonds, stocks, treasury bills, commercial papers, cryptocurrency, and some of those things. Some of you may have been, you are investing in it, you don't really understand what happens. Some of you have been hearing about it, but you don't know how to go about it. You don't know how it will be beneficial to you. All right. So I'm going to talk on equity investing in the next few minutes before I give room for question. Okay. So just follow through. So when we talk about equity investing, like I said before, equity means to own shares. All right. To own shares in companies. So stock investing simply means owning a piece of the pie of companies. You are not just buying papers, you are actually a major stakeholder in the affairs of the companies. So for instance, let's say a bank like GT Bank. If you are buying shares in GT Bank, invariably what you are doing is, you see like this circular pie, you are owning a share. In actual sense, you have become a part of the owners of GT Bank. What it means is, if GT makes profit in a year, there's a portion of that profit that comes to you. And if GT increases in value, all right, say you buy a share for 10,000 and GT increases in value of 10%, your 10,000 are just earned the 10%. So that's how stock investing works, is that you own shares of companies, that you own a pile of it, and you benefit when those companies are increasing in value, they are making profits, and their share price is increasing. All right. This is an interesting fact also. There is no billionaire, and take it as someone who sits on the corridor, learns, and also is actively involved in financial operations. There is no billionaire anywhere in the world, whether Nigeria, US, UK, that is not actively exposed, that their wealth is not significantly from shares, either from the businesses they own or a business they invest in. There is no billionaire anywhere in the world. When I'm talking about real estate, which is also good, they transform that real estate business into an equity form, and it now becomes shares that you buy in the company. Whether it's Femi Otedola or Tony Elumelu or Jimovia or Dangote himself, every of their wealth is a product of the shares or equity that they own. All right. And you don't need to be a billionaire, all right, to be able to begin step to how they plug into this system, all right, or wealth transfer. So I just want to share a few stuff. My 4 beginner steps to investing in the stock market. For those of you that are very new to it, even those of you that are in it. Number 1, you must understand the basics. You must understand the basics of investing in the stock market. All right. Like I said, stock investing simply means investing in companies that are public. You own a share of the company. When the company makes profit, you get a return. When the value of the company goes up, you also benefit. So you must understand the basics, that it's not just you're just buying something. I hear a lot of people say, buy this stock, buy this share, buy this stock, buy this stock, buy this stock. You don't even know what's happening. You're actually investing in a company, an actual business. Whether you're investing in Dangote Cement, Dangote Sugar, Dangote Refinery, you are investing in any of those stuff, you are actually investing in a business. That's the fundamental understanding. So when that business becomes profitable, you also earn something. When the share price or the stock increases in value, you also get something. Number 2, you must know the right stocks to pick. There are about 200 stocks listed on the Nigerian stock exchange. There are about 5,000 in the US stock market, and a lot of stocks listed across major markets. It's not every one of them that will give you good return. Some of them will just remain on the same spot. They are illiquid. You can't sell again. You just buy and you'll be there for years. You must understand the right stocks to pick. Number two, you must understand the risk. In any asset class you are investing in, you must understand risk. Like I said before, investing is all about calculated risk. All right. When considering risk management, ask yourself, how much can I afford to lose? All right. Not all your investment will yield the desired return. Risk assesses your age, your capital, your goals. I don't want to go in depth in that, but that is also another like a full-blown subject we can talk about for an hour. Because as an investor, like I said before, don't just see your salary as something that takes care of your bills. Begin to see your salary as a capital that you can begin to deploy. And like I said, it's not only the size of your paycheck. I've seen people, I've worked with clients, their income is 70, 100,000, 150,000. And in spite of the bills they need to take care of, they are deploying a portion of it into something. And some of them, you see later, like they begin to appreciate you after some months, some years, they've allowed it to produce return. That's how you now my goal of this webinar is to shift your thinking that money that is coming to you at the end of the month, it's not everything that is just to take care of this, take care of that, bills upon bills, settling different kind of family issues, family matter. This person comes here, at the end of the day, you are not here, and sometimes you won't have to borrow on top. All right. So you must also invest consistently. Investing is not about the size, like I said, it's about the consistency. Small amounts compound into wealth. Let me tell you something. Do you know that if you invest 50,000 consistently for 5 years, and let's say at an annual return of 12%, it will compound to 4.1 million, as against just 3 million naira if it was just normal savings per month. What I'm just trying to say is that if you are saving 50,000 we're looking at 5 years. If you save 50,000 in a year, that's 5 times 12, that's 60. 60 times 5, that's 3 million. 60 times 5, that's 600,000 times 5, that's 3 million. But if you put that 50,000 into an investment or even a fixed deposit or something that is just 12% return, this is very, very low. It's very low. You won't see, if you are guided enough, you'll be able to understand that at the minimum, you should be able to get 20%, 22%, 25% annual returns. All right. You begin to see how that return. You see, 4.1 million, if you are using 12%, is against 3 million. It's all about understanding. It's all about understanding the principles underlining how these things work. Okay. So the reason why most Nigerians struggle with investing is the fact that, number one, they are scared of losing money. And they will now start recounting, oh, that's how I invested in MMM, that's how I invested in this one, that one. Before you know it, they close up and every single thing. The truth is, a bad experience should not stop you from exploring. I mean, that's something bad, you had a tragedy. You should be getting the lessons from it and moving forward. There can be no fake if there is no original. There is no fake 2,000 naira note anywhere. There is no fake 2,000 naira note. You know why there's no fake 2,000 naira note? Because there is no original 2,000 naira note. The day 2,000 naira, they put CBN introducing 2,000 naira notes. You start seeing fake 2,000 naira notes everywhere. That's how it works too with investing. That you had a bad experience, all right, that you fell for scam does not necessarily mean that everything going in regards to investing is not fake or scam. Especially in this world of AI that is now difficult to tell who is who and what is what. All right. But the fear of losing money should not stop you from knowing, understanding. What I'm trying to, I'm sharing with you knowledge, practical knowledge, things you can do. These are stuff that you should go for first. Number two, why most Nigerians struggle with investing, they don't know which investments are right for them. That's one thing I've also realized in my interaction and course with clients and discussing with people and guiding them. They don't know which investment are right for them. Somebody just comes and tell them, this investment, this was raining now. If you sign up with this and every single thing, you jump on it because you just heard that in a month they'll give you 30%. And then you lose money and you are discouraged from investing. Most people also struggle to, they fall for scams because there's no proper guidance. All right? They fall for scams, all kinds of scams. People come with all different kinds of. All right? Please, I want to encourage, try and mute your mic. It's distracting me. If you just join the call, just mute so that you don't break the focus. Because I'm about to finish up now. I'm just getting to the meat of it. All right, like I said before, people fall for scams because there's no proper guidance. They don't ask questions. They don't ask the right questions. All right. Don't allow the basis for your investing decision to just be only on the returns. Don't allow the basis of your investment decision to just be solely on the business. And most people, 90% of people, I'm talking to you as people, this is my work. I'm an asset manager. This is what I do. This is my 9 to 5 every day. Most people, their number one reason for going into an investment is because of the return. They do not want to understand the business. You don't want to understand how this business is generating the income. They just tell you 30% to put your money. At the end of the day, it doesn't work out. You will not say, oh, everything is scam. Some people are not even joining this stuff. They saw this offer. They've been burnt before. Their fingers have been burnt. So they don't want to even have to. They don't want anything that will tell them about how to generate multiple streams. All right. There's sometimes confusing jargons. Yes, stuff like booze, yes, IPOs. What's this? What's all this? And sometimes you don't know what these things are, and it discourages you from investing. Let me just talk about 2, 3, 4 minutes to talk about the Nigerian capital market. You see, the Nigerian capital market, like I wrote here, is a gold mine, which people don't know. Let me just give you a funny start here. Just look at it. You can see my screen. Look at it very. This is the time for you to see. If you can own screen grab. Do you know that if you invested 100,000 January this 2020, I'm not talking of January last year, January 2026, that's 4 months ago. If you had put 100,000 in the companies I will call now, this will be a big return. There's a company called Fortis Global Limited. It's an insurance company. It has posted an impressive return of over 500% January this year. If you had put 100,000, by now your investment would have been 515,000. I'm talking about Nigerian stock market, not another place or one kind of Ponzi scheme. This is a regulated market where government monitors everything that happens. There's a paint called Premier Paint. Some of you will know it. Premier Paint. It's produced by Julius Berger. All right. They just produce paints that people use. They use. If you had invested in that company, all right, from the stock market, 100,000, it would have been 375,000. GT Bank, which I believe some of you have accounts with. If you had invested 100,000 in GT stocks as of January this year, it would have been 200,000. Zenith Bank, the same thing. If you had invested 100,000 at the beginning of this year in Zenith Bank, your 100,000 would have been 200,000. And the year is just still fresh. Then there's another company called NCR. If you had invested 100,000, ladies and gentlemen, by now, May 2nd, 2026, that's 1.7 million. That investment would have been 1.7 million. Did you hear that? It looks like are you sure what you are sharing is true? And this is not just like a anyhow kind of market. Some of you that are into if you understand, the Nigerian capital market or a stock market is the most regulated market, like more than the banking system. This is most so it's not something that you can just come and say bring 5 people, bring 2 people, you're downline, you're upline. This is a structured investment platform, the stock market. So you see, another one, Showa Nigeria, if you had put 100,000, what I'm saying is January this 2026, not last year, not last 2 years, 2026 January. But some of you did not know. That's what happens. That's how I was sharing about information and knowledge. The number one, if you have money and you want to start investing, the number one place you should start investing is on your mind. Go for knowledge, buy courses, read books, join communities, look for a coach to guide you. Because sometimes it's the knowledge you need. You need to understand the fundamental of how these things operate. Because some people are just, like I said before, the only thing they know how to use salary to do is to pay bills, settle, permit me to use the word basic. I mean, they don't understand how they can begin to see their salary as capital. I want to ask some of you on this call. You tell me that you couldn't have been able to see 100,000 as a January. Let's say 100,000 is too big for some of you. 50,000, or even 20,000. 20,000 times 1,000%. That's something. That's almost 200,000. That's something. And if that 100,000 was just sitting on your savings account, it would have been in value. It would have been 85,000 because of inflation. That's what inflation does. That's why I said in the beginning of the call, those of you, maybe you're not here at the beginning. The goal is not for you to just live within your means or live below your means. In this economy, how low do you want to live? It's just a question. Just think about how low do you want to live? Because the lower you want to live below your means, the higher the prices of goods, they keep increasing. So it's not a wise strategy for you to just keep cutting costs without thinking of how can you expand your streams of income. That's what we are sharing tonight. How can you begin to think of how can I expand my income? Like I said before, when I gave the initial example, all right, I'm concluding this. Just let me, some of you that did not join. A Lexus 330 car, Lexus 330, like I shared in the beginning, is 11, a foreign use, is 11 million. Okay, to 16 million, depending on the mileage. You can look at my screen. Okay, let's assume that you want to save 4 years. Those of you that are earning 250,000 to 500,000, like I said, it takes you 4 to 7 years. All right. Do you know that after you save this money for that 4 years, the price of this car will not be at this 11 million or the 16 million you are trying to save? It must have gotten to 25 million. That means you have to wait another 4 or 5 years. Are you seeing that? Just saving alone without strategy, without direction. Savings is very important because it gives direction for you to build capital to take advantage of investment. But just saving alone without direction, without strategy, the prices of things, there is no time since the time immemorial, not just our present age, that things and price of goods do not experience increase. Things will always be increasing. All right. So the wisest thing to do is not just for you to live below your means, which is a very good advice, a very good financial advice. But the most important financial advice you need to know is that you need to expand your means of income. And that is what I am sharing tonight. And that's why I just, like I said before, that different asset classes, that different. If I want to talk about business today, I can spend an hour talking to you about businesses you can also do on the side. But like I said, I just have to choose one for the sake of time because I'll be completely so I can also allow our very, very veteran investor to guide us. So you are seeing opportunities I'm giving to you just on the stock market alone. And let me tell you, you don't need $1 million to invest in the stock market. You don't even need 100,000. 10,000 naira, you can start something. 5,000 naira, you can start something. Should I also shock you? 1,000 naira, you can start something. Is why I chose stock market, because in terms of barrier of entry, it is the least. All right, to get a good land today in Nigeria, you should be holding like 500,000, 1 million. To start a business that will really serve you, you should be holding like 500 to 1 million. So you see the other asset classes, the barrier of entry is a little bit high. This is the least barrier of entry. All you need is knowledge. All you need is knowledge for you to begin to invest profitably from the stock market. Even if you're investing in the stock market, you're listening to me, you still need to deepen your knowledge to understand how do you take advantage of the market, what are some of the things you should be learning. All right. So as I begin to conclude, I just want you to note these 4 things. All right. All right. There are 4 ways you can benefit from the stock market. Number 1 is capital appreciation. All right. It's capital appreciation. Capital appreciation means that your 100,000 becomes 200,000. Like I said, your 100,000 becomes 1.7 million. That capital has appreciated by some certain percentage. There's dividends. So in the stock market, apart from capital appreciation, some certain stocks, you are also paid from the profit. I shared on the group, those of you that are in the group. One guy was paid 14 million naira by GT Bank last week. Yes, on Monday, sorry. He was paid 14 million naira by GT Bank. That was just dividends. So in terms of capital appreciation, because he invested about 57 million. If 57 million became 150 million, because GT Bank appreciated from the period of looking at for that 1 year to that time, appreciated by almost more than 150%. So he benefited from capital appreciation. He also benefited from dividends. There's also called right issue. Right issue is the company now begins to give you opportunity to buy their shares at a discounted rate. And there's also what we call voting rights and decision making. Because of time, I won't be able to go into those last two in details. But like I said, the barrier of entry, why I'm just zooming in on the stock market today is that the barrier of entry is very low. If you have understanding, you can begin to understand the kind of stocks you should be investing in and what you should do. Okay. So that's what I will just share. Like I said, we still have some stuff. I want to encourage, don't leave yet. Don't leave. Like I said, the greatest investment you should be making is in your mind. Don't leave. We'll be concluding very soon. So there's some certain things we'll be sharing that will be very beneficial. But at this point, I want to invite someone who I have utmost respect for. Like I said, he's a veteran investor. He invests across different asset classes, stock market, real estate, business is everywhere. But he's also very experienced when it comes to investing in stock market. So the reason why I brought him up now for Q&A, everybody also have opportunity to ask questions now. We'll just take it for a few minutes. Is he worked with the federal government and rose to a very high rank. Yeah, but he has been able to demonstrate that with your salary, because I have a lot of civil servants as clients. Some of them say, oh, our salary is small and this and that, minimum wage. But how do you begin to, whether you work for the government or work for the private sector, how do you turn your salary into capital that can produce income? So that is why we have it now. And in a smart, please, if you are on call, I think you can unmute your mic and turn on your video so that we can also see you, sir. Welcome. And then also, if you have any questions, welcome, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, all. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, sir.
Are you hearing me?
Good evening. Yes, we can hear you very well, loud and clear.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
So
you.
if you have any questions, if you have any question, you can put on the chat box. Engineer Smart Moragbon is here. If you have any question, you can put on the chat box. Then, if you also need to ask, just raise your hand. Also, I'll give you room to also ask. We just have a few minutes for this. I want you to take advantage. He's a very, very, very busy man. I had to beg him to be able to join us tonight. So I want you to take advantage based on what I've shared, some of the things I've shared, and some of the questions that are in your heart. You are thinking, how do I turn my salary into something? All right. So if you have any question, go on the chat box. So I think I'm seeing one hand here. Ibrahim Abdurrahman. So just introduce yourself. Let us know where you are joining us from. Then you can ask a question. And
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ibrahim Abdurrahman. My question here is just about.
Where are you joining us
As
from?
the earlier said, I'm joining us from Kaduna State.
From Kaduna. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you so much from
From
Kaduna. Thank you. All right, so you can ask a question.
Well, my question that I can say is about the stock. I'm already in before I met you, but what the challenge I was facing is about the confirmation, the issue of the broadcast about the account and the application details. That is the main problem I was facing since over 1 month. I've already buying a stock, but after all these explanations, so that I recognize the main part that I spoke of, that my stock has never been going on. You hear me, man?
I think the question, I didn't quite
Hello?
get the question. Yeah, Mr.
You
Adams,
got the
can
question?
you?
Yes.
You got the question, ba?
No, can you repeat the question? I just summarize.
Alright, the main thing that now I'm already in the stock market, but
Okay.
as as buying my stock since even 1 month ago, but I have an account problem, and try to fix it is the main problem has been hold me up to now.
Oh, in the first instance, what is the account problem? Is it the CA? As your stockbroker created a
As they
CSF
as
account?
they are saying as they are saying due to their statement when I chat with them, they say it's about the broadcast NGX and the application. The things that
No,
are not
my
well subscribed.
question, do you have a CSCS account
Yeah,
and you have a stockbroker?
yes.
Okay, but as do you have your CSCS account details printed out for you?
I didn't print it out, but I already got it because I'm
So what is
using
the issue?
bamboo.
The issue now is that your stock is here. The stock he gave to is he appreciating, or are you talking about bonus? I mean, or
I
dividends?
already, I keep trying to buy it. They are if I buy it, they will say that is you will do for 2 day business, and after all, still the money in my stock wallet is still there. They didn't reduce it for the buying stock.
No, I'm not. The money you deposited, it has not been utilized. You are meaning, or they have bought stock
Yeah,
for you. The stock is not appreciating.
the real the money
No,
I've
I'm not.
deposited
I said the
never
money you
come out every single kobo from there.
deposited, it has not been utilized.
And I will drop
You are
it.
meaning,
I
or
will
they
drop
have.
it or not. I see many hands there. I will drop it or not.
You know,
You-
the microphone is not very clear. It's not
Yes.
clear.
Yeah,
But
I have
what you
a
are saying is that
Send
they
you a
are
private
bought some
PM.
stock for you, but the stock has not appreciated. Is that what we are saying?
exactly.
And it depends. It depends. You know, it depends on the stock you bought or they bought for you. You know, the earlier speaker or the organizer of this meeting, he said sometimes when you are buying stock, you must also have the knowledge, or somebody have to coach you or tell you the right stock to buy. There are many stocks available, say more than 200. Many companies are available. So for the fact that you are bought, it's not a rocket science. You have to be patient. There are some stock you buy, initially it will not move. It depends. But
Okay.
if you are patient, later it might end up being your best stocks. The real advice is that if you are coming into the stock market, just have a medium term or long term, in mind that you are going to stay. It's not just what you buy stock to start appreciating. It doesn't work that way. The company you are buying,
But another
you have been.
question.
Hello?
You hear me, bro?
Yes. Can you tell me the company you bought into, please?
Bamboo
Bamboo is not quoted in the stock market.
No, no, I think that's the
is the
stockbroker
one
is
I
using.
mean.
I don't think that's the company is using. That's
And
the
so,
that's
Mr. Adam, can you enlighten him more on
yes.
Bamboo?
So
It's
Ibrahim,
not a quoted company.
because of time, so that we
Is
can also take
Bamboo
other
is
people.
the app that I'm using to buy stock. Honestly,
Okay, the
easy.
app you are using.
Yes.
But I asked you to name the
Yeah,
stock they
is the
bought
app
for
that
you.
Okay, I had to mute Ibrahim. Ibrahim, I had to mute you.
Okay.
We'll follow him. So what you do, you can send a DM. I'll guide you more, so we can receive because we have little time for this. We can take
Okay.
other questions. So thank you so much, Ibrahim. Then this one says, as a beginner, okay, I think, okay, Derek, Dr. Derek Elogosa, you can go ahead. You can unmute your mic and ask your question before I read the comments, the questions we have in the comments. Dr. Derek Elogosa, is that your hands I'm seeing up? If it's not ready, we have Omega Solam. Somega. Your hands are
Good
up.
evening. Good evening.
Okay, good evening. I believe this is Dr. Derek. All right, the floor is yours.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead with your question, please.
My name is Derek Elogosa Eweka. I'm calling from Benin, Edo
Okay.
State. My question is just simple. As a beginner, what are the advantages, or rather, how do one knows the risk of what to invest in, as in what share to buy and what share not to buy? You get, like, I want to, let's say, I want to get a share for a particular company, let's say Dangote, for instance. And how do I get to, my question is, how do I know if that share I'm buying from them, I will benefit from it or I won't? That's my question.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Derek. I think during the course of the presentation, he did mention that it's not just bringing your money to buy stock. You must also have knowledge of the company you are buying into. First of all, as an investor too, you must try to train your mind, get yourself educated, build yourself before you. If that is missing, you need somebody that is knowledgeable to guide you. And I believe somebody introduced you into the market. So if that person is knowledgeable enough, he can assist in that direction. Also, the stockbroker you are relating with can also, some stockbroker too, though most stockbroker might not come outwardly and recommend, but if you suggest and intelligently, they can also contribute. So you buy stock with knowledge, but from there you start building yourself. There are so many programs that are run in the televisions. By the time you stay on that program for a month or 2 or 3 months, you'll be, you know, you also become an expert at a later date. You know, even this evening, before I called for this meeting, there was a program on Channel television, a stock market, a capital market program between 7 o'clock and 7:30. So I listened to the program. So everything that happened within the week is reviewed. By the time you stay consecutively every Saturday on such program, also you have 1 or 2 things. Even during the program, stock recommendation can also be made. Also, daily in Arise is Monday to Friday, 7 o'clock to 7:30. There is a capital market report. So normally, if you stay, if you consistently listen, there is no way you before you know, you also know what to buy. You know, at times too, you read newspaper, you see some people, they buy newspaper only the political news. That they look at political news, or those that are sport enthusiasts, they look at the sport, start discussing. But the one that have to do with the business aspect, they don't read it. You know, you can gather investment knowledge, information from the newspaper you buy daily or you read daily. Look at those as sometimes some articles it can be discussed. I mean, say stock investments articles can be in that place, and you read about, you also gather 1 or 2 knowledge. Then also there's this business paper, Business Day. So if you are consistent in buying Business Day, particularly, I don't like to miss Thursday edition. Thursday edition of Business Day, there is an article, a portion that they call investors. Sometimes it's always beneficiary. Sometimes some of the knowledge you gather, or rather the information you get, you know, it will be useful to you. You evolve by you useful, and you take an investment decision on it before it become a public knowledge. So these are the way to build up. So if you are ready, you have to build up yourself. Also interact with people that have knowledge. You can't just go to the market or look at the stock available and say buy this. You know, you are just doing that without knowledge. It's what you do with knowledge. If you are not currently groomed enough, you seek advice from the professionals or those that have knowledge about the stock market.
Yeah, thank
you,
you so much.
Mr. Derek. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, very well, very well. So what engineer is just trying to say, just hold on, is that it's you don't just dive into these things. You first of all invest. What I've realized, like I said, most people want to invest in assets without first of all investing on their minds. The thing is, you carry money and put into things, they will sink because you're not doing it with knowledge. Most people they are pursuing the returns. You don't even understand the system that governs. So that's what he's saying is knowledge. Because of time, we will not be able to. If we have time, we'll come back to it again. I just want to share a few things. Let me just take one more question. And the next still on call. Just hold on. Just hold on, Dr. Derek. And the next still on call. We'll have opportunity to come back again. We still have time. All right. But meanwhile, you can type your question. So let me just take one from I'm seeing Omega Solam. So just go very fast with your question.
Okay,
If
thank
you
you,
are
sir.
not ready, I'll go to the next person. Omega Solam, are you there?
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, we can barely hear you.
Are you hearing me clear?
Okay, friendly. Just let us know where are you joining us from?
Okay, I joined from Bauchi, and my
We can't
question
hear
is,
you. We can barely hear you, sir.
okay, sir, I'm hearing you.
Okay, now it's better.
Okay, I'm joining from Bauchi,
From where?
and Bauchi State.
From Bauchi State. Okay, you're welcome.
Sir, thank you. I have only just two questions, sir.
We just have two questions. We will to take one, so choose your best one. Of time.
Okay, no, sir. Earlier on, you made mention of if there is an original thing, then there will be counterfeit. So, how can we identify fake brokers from real brokers, and how can we access? What is the platform that we can access the real brokers? Sir, do you get?
Mr. Adams, I didn't get it's not clear. I didn't get the question.
Okay,
Mr.
sir. I said,
Try and be audible. We can't hear you.
okay, sir. I said, how can we identify real brokers from fake
Okay,
brokers,
good question.
and what is the platform to get the real brokers?
Okay, that's a very good question. So, sir is asking, how do you identify real brokers from fake brokers?
Okay, the real broker or registered stockbroker, even online, if you Google, you can Google, but the you can Google. But first of all, is it like he's speaking from Bauchi?
Yes, he's calling from
Is
Bauchi, yes.
okay, he's calling from right. So Bauchi, I'm sure there should be stockbrokers in Bauchi relating, you know, I mean, doing activities about the stock market. So most stockbrokers have their, most stockbroking firms have their headquarters in Abuja and
Lagos,
Lagos.
yeah.
But in your state, you have agents to these stockbrokers. So it's just you can even go online, register stockbroker, you'll be able to find. But if within your environment, if you know people that are investors, have knowledge of investing in capital market, you can interact with them. They can also recommend stockbroker for you, or you can also walk into any of our big banks, UBA, Zenith banks, and all. They can assist you because they also have a subsidiary that are brokers too. So but one also need to be very careful so that you don't fall into the wrong side.
Okay.
So just do your due diligence by, first of all, you can go to the banks as I recommended, and they'll be able to, or find out for people who are involved in a stock market investment. They'll also be able to guide you. Maybe outside this meeting too, I'm sure at the end of this meeting, contact can also be placed. We can interact further.
Yes, love
We can
opportunity.
assist. We can
Yes,
assist
love
if you are not
opportunity.
able to get
Yes.
any within your environment. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So we'll just take this last one, then we'll try and go because I just have a few slides to present to you, then we'll come back with questions. This one says, good evening, my name is Samuel from Rivers State. As a beginner, I want to start with 5,000. Is it every month I will be investing it or just once? How do I monitor my share? Did you get that question, sir?
Yeah, I got it. Well, I think the principle, I'm not saying 5,000 is okay. It's okay. But some stockbroker have limit. There are some stockbroker will say minimum of 100,000, minimum of 50,000. There are some you online you can buy as well as 5,000 naira. But my recommendation is that I believe in the principle of save and invest. You can save that 5,000 for about 3 or 4 months or 6 months and come in big so that you'll be able to buy some quality stocks in the stock market. Just save and invest. If you are the type that can save, just try to save. And when the money is up to like 50,000, you can come in. But if you are eager to, you can still, there are some investors, I mean, stockbroking firm that you can interact with online, and they can call, you can buy stock through there. So the onus is on you, depends. But I highly recommend, I believe in principle of save and invest. Just save reasonable amount, so that at the time you are coming to the market with, you'll be able to buy a quality stocks that have good fundamentals. It's not just any stock you buy. Or because some people, when I say beginner, have instances when they are looking at the stock, look at the cheapest stock in the market to buy. It's not buying the cheapest that matter. You buy a stock and it's cheap. 1 month, 2 months, up to a year, there's no movement. Whereas there are some stock you buy instantly, within 2 or 3 days, you see movement, your returns will be high. So one need to also know the ski. It has a ski. You must know the ski on how to invest. But the principal thing is the interest, your mindset, and consistency. You must, when you have all these qualities, you'll be a winner one day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate. I'll just take a little break. We'll come back for.
Before then, let me just mention too. When you were listing one of the benefits of the investment in stock market, in stock market, I want to add one: bonuses. Bonus can be issued by the companies. That means they give you free share, free quantity of share, and the company will pay for it. It's one of the benefits you can derive from or stock market, or rather the returns. You have a share appreciation, the right issue, dividend payment, and bonus issue too. God bless you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. So, like I said, the reason why we are just focusing on share investing today, the other investments, is because the barrier of entry is very low. All right. The barrier of entry is very low. So when we come back, we are seeing the questions. I just want to advise you, just try and stay on call. Within 15, 20 or 25 minutes, you should be done. But you get opportunity to see ask engineer is still very much here, us here, very generous with this time. We thank you so much, sir. Then if you have any questions, you can type them there. Because some of you have been asking a lot about knowledge, guidance, and direction. So I just want to share. So some of you may be asking, what next? You've seen the struggles that beginners face. You've seen the opportunity in the Nigerian capital market. You've seen a simple roadmap. But the only question is, do you want to do it alone or you need guidance? There are 2 ways you can go about it. Just like engineer said, please, I'm presenting. Can you mute your mic, everybody? So you don't. When it's time for questions, I'll allow us to ask. So like you said, it requires guidance. Investing, no matter the asset class you are focusing in, it requires guidance. Because one of the most dangerous things is to have money without wisdom. If money enters your hand, there's no knowledge about how to multiply. It's just a matter of time. You will go back to the level you were before that extra money came. I've seen people that they got 1 million, they will play bets. Some of these guys, they will play bets. They go gamble and they win a lottery and they get like 10 million. It's just a matter of time. They are back to where they were. They are back to where they were. So guidance is very important.
You should send him the screenshot.
That's what we want to do. All right. This person. Okay. Please mute your mic. Akintola, mute your mic, please. Just a moment, I'm muting. All right. So, these are some of the results we have gotten as a community. We've helped people. I mean, messages. This one says, "Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for your help as regards investment. This is my first time into it, and I'm hopeful it will be worth it." The person invested in Okomu. This was 2023. Okomu oil was less than 700 naira. Imagine what the return will be. Okomu oil is more than 2,000 naira now. It's knowledge you need. And somebody said, "Coach, share." Somebody said, "Will not blow like this." We also share resources that can help you. Somebody said, "Yeah, coach was right. Since they've been listed in the international market, let's keep looking." I was talking to them about GT Bank. That was 2 years ago. And I wrote here, the best time to invest was yesterday. The next best time is today. For some of you are already asking, there's no way you can lose out. Just for you to understand the fundamentals. The markets are always open. There will always be time to make money from the market. Of course, there are times where the market will be down, but you don't wait for the weather to be clear. All right. You just have to have investment principles. Those are some of the things we've shared. We have some here too. Just took some. This one just screenshotted his entire portfolio for me. The guy was so excited. Everything you can see is green, 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 plus it's 1% plus this and that is guidance. And the person wrote here, thank you so much, sir, for all you do. I decided to check the stocks I got for my sister yesterday and I was blown. That was since last year. And this other person says, I had previously purchased an investment course, but I couldn't make informed decisions with it. But since joining the community, I have become better armed because all your teachings are easy to understand and work with. Thank you so much. Looking forward to learning so much from the community. Let's build wealth together. So no matter where you are in your investment journey, results are highly replicable. What you need is the right community with the right information. What you need, like engineer has been stressing, what you
You
need
say
is
that you will place a number so that you say that you
that.
will place a number so that you can have
All
a
right. So I
private
want
chat.
to make an invitation today. I want to make an invitation for some of you, not everybody. Those who really want to take their earnings seriously. Like I said, how well do you want to live
Don't
below
forget about
your
it.
means? Living below your means is a very wrong strategy. You should be expanding your means of income. So I want to invite you to be part of the Sabi Premium Tribe, not the general update group. There's a premium inner circle tribe where you get access to high promising stocks, stock recommendation. You get to be a part of a community of active and professional investors who are ready to guide you. We assist you with proper risk management so you know what you should be investing in. You get to have one-on-one live calls with me alongside other committee members and ask questions uh, directly to me. You have access to profitable investment deals and helpful resources to help in your investment journey, and many more. And I'm even adding something. I just recently released my book, latest fresh book, to be released some weeks from now. Those who will be part of this community will be getting this book for free. I'm not selling it. All right. It's one of my gifts. And in this book, it goes into details. I mean, some of those things I couldn't touch on, those business assets, real assets. I went in details, how you can buy your first land, how you can begin to walk into buying your house, how you can, like, how all of them play. Your stock investments can tie to your real estate or reinvestment, your skill assets, your business assets. This book, it goes in detail, and I'll be giving it to those who will join this community for free. All right. And I'm making an offer to you, 10 persons, just to 10 persons. After that, I shut the door. All right. If you want to be guided, all right, you really want to be guided, you need direction, you've heard all the things we've said, and you need guidance. All right. I'm just doing a very mouth-watering discount today. I mean, I can't even believe that this is what we are giving out for the value we give. Instead of 25,000, just for today and just 48 hours, you get to pay 16,500 plus a free copy of my latest book that you can, like, it will be your personal advisor. So for 16,500, this is such a huge discount. So this is just to the first step persons that will send a DM. So the number on the screen, you just send a DM with the account number there. All right. So those who really want to be guided, these are an offer for you to take advantage so that you can really get up. The thing is, the first place you should be investing in is in your mind. That before you invest in any asset, you should be investing you need direction. Direction is more important than speed. I see a lot of people, they just want to rush. You want to rush into the market, they want to rush, you want to start investing, and you have no knowledge. You are buying stocks, you don't even know the stock. You just saw that the stock was 1 kobo or is 1 naira, and you are just doing your calculation. If the stock becomes 10 naira, my 100,000 will become 100 million. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You need direction, and that's what this community offers. And I'll be gifting you a free copy of our book. You'll be getting our ebook to you. All right, so I'll just stop here for now. Ladder 2. I want us to go back to questions. I see that we have a lot of questions. If you still have questions, if you're not asked, let's start from those that are not asked at all. Engineer is still on call. We'll just take our time. We'll just take the next 10 minutes to ask before we round up this call. So those of you that are taking decision, you want to join, you can begin to send the DM. Just the first 10. After the first 10, you have to pay 25,000 to be part of it. So we have another question here. And let me see. Is anybody who is not? There's this Shegun Taiwo. Shegun Taiwo, I see your hands up. You can unmute your mic and ask your question. Shegun Taiwo.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for the
Thank you. Let us know where you're calling from, where you're
class.
joining us from. Then you can go
So,
ahead.
I'm joining from Lagos.
You're joining from Lagos. All right. Welcome.
Yes. So my question is, I want to know the difference between money market mutual funds and equity funds, because I made research and I see that we have different type of mutual funds. So I want to know the difference between equity mutual funds and money market mutual funds, and how can someone start it, sir? Thank you.
All
Hello,
right.
thank you, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. And where I will be able to, I think mutual fund, equity. Let me start with equity. Equity is just buying share directly from the capital market through a broker. That means you just want to be in charge of your of your investment. You take charge anytime you have money, you contact your broker and say, I buy so stock for me. Or your broker can also recommend, as the case may be. But a mutual fund, my own understanding or little understanding, depends on, it's a pool of fund. You take money. I mean, they are not buy the equity directly. You just give them money, they buy some companies, but in terms of the management of the fund, is the company or the asset manager that is doing it. He's the one taking all the decision on behalf of you, and the returns to also give you information about the return. But equity, you are monitoring it. You take the decision as to when to sell, when to buy. You relate directly. You are a active participant, direct participant in the stock market. But the mutual fund is the mutual fund manager that takes the decision, that do the research and inform you. You don't necessarily, but the risk too, there's different level of risk as well. So, but a good mutual fund, they have a good professional running it. So I think that is what I can say. Maybe Advance can add something to it.
Yes, you are right, sir. Very, very correct. So when you hear the word money market, anything mutual fund, mutual, from that word, an English word, mutual, it means the collection of different kind of funds. But the difference between mutual funds, just like engineer have said, mutual funds are managed by professionals, all right, not you. So for instance, if I'm buying direct first bank equity stocks from I can buy and sell as I like at my will anytime I want to do. But when you are dealing with mutual funds, they are managed by professionals. They are the one that decide what to buy, how to manage it, when to sell, and everything. So when you talk about money market fund, so we have different categories of what they call liquid assets. There's the stock investments, what they call treasury bills, commercial papers, and bonds. So the money market also, it falls under that category of what we call, although it's still under mutual fund, but these are they're like offers from companies. Some money market funds are like offers from companies or sometimes from government. All right. So you are subscribing to what the company is offering. So you don't get confused by the jargons.
Like commercial paper.
Yes, sir. So but the thing is that is it control. The difference with all this stuff is control. When you're buying stocks directly, you have control. But when you're buying some of all these money market funds, mutual funds, you don't really have that direct control. It is controlled by professionals. And everyone has their own return. For instance, if you have large capital like 100 million, like someone was meeting was asking me, I have 100 million, what do I use to invest? First of all, if I do the risk profile and profile everything, you should be looking at some of all these low risks like treasury bills, commercial paper, and some of these money market funds that have low returns but guaranteed return. Okay, so that's how it works. So
let me just add something. Something from experience. If you buy stock directly, your stock is warehoused in the CSES, Central Security. Even if the stock broker is moribund and is no longer in existence, your stock is safe. And all you need to do is to get in touch with the CSES. And you get another stockbroker. So stock will be transferred to your new stockbroker. But mutual fund is not like that. If the company get liquidated, your money is lost. I had an experience in the past more than 20 years ago. So there was one, I don't want to mention the name. The company is no longer existing. My investment was gone. Even in my own, the church where I worship, you know, they did an investment for the taking with a mutual fund, taking direct that, you know, just to take care of the church workers as far as retirement benefit and all. The more than, I don't want to mention the amount, the big money, it was done in mutual fund. The mistake was that they did not buy that stock. If they had bought that stock or that investment directly into the stock market, that investment would not have lost. So I need to stress that you are taking a higher risk with mutual fund than buying directly from the capital market. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. This is so valuable. Thank you so much. All right, we just take we just have less than 5 minutes. Mr. Joshua Sanusi, can you go ahead? Joshua Sanusi.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
good
My name
evening.
is Joshua Sanusi from Akure, calling from Akure. Sir, my
Thank you.
question is, yeah, my question is this quick one. Can you stress more on fundamentals? And secondly, when should one leave the market or like the exit point in any particular market? That's when should one exit in a particular market? There's a point at which someone have to leave the market. You know, sometimes you be having in mind that the profit is not yet ready, and sometimes the profit will go down, sometimes the profit will goes up. So where should one like withdraw his profit and leave that particular market? Please, you need to stress more on it, please, sir.
Sorry, your first question again, you know, before I
The,
address
fir-
the
the
second one.
Yeah, the first one is fundamental. Please expatiate more on
Yeah,
fundamentals.
fundamentals, you know, the fundamentals is very good. Fundamentals as to, there are two things that drive the market. There's this in the matter determines the movement of stocks. You know, the technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis are the financial status, how well the company is doing. That is why by regulation, the SEC allowed the stock, I mean, every company quoted that in a year they bring in 4 reports: first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and final quarter or fourth quarter report. That will tell the investors, you know, how far the company are doing, the profit. In fact, the financial statement, the balance sheet, you read it. So you will now know whether the profit, the amount of profit they made. You know, if they run at a loss, it will also be displayed. It's a transparent thing, so that you as an investor, you'll be fully briefed. So if banks like, for instance, Zenith Bank, in their final report, they make about 600 billion profit. You'll be aware that you'll be happy as an investor. Definitely, you will get something new. Or that one too, for a new investor, because of the financial report or financial statement is sound, so they'll be encouraged that if I put my money into this company, my money is safe. But if you put your money into, you ignorantly go and put your money on a company that is running at a loss, the fundamentals are not sound, it means you also are taking a very great risk. So fundamentals are very important, you know. Then the aspect, if I understand your second question, I think, how do you exit the market? You don't exit the market. One of the benefits of buying a stock, you know, is that apart from the fundamentals, the stock market, your investments is divisible. You are given the opportunity when you buy like 1,000 shares and you need money, and you don't want to sell your stock. You can sell 200 or 300 or 500 units out of it, where 500 is also there. So you don't exit. Even if you sell all, your account is still there. Your CSCS account is still with your stockbroker. So your account is still active. If not, if it's even inactive, if you are bring money you want to buy into it, so the account can also be made active by also filling an update form. So you cannot really exit the market once you are already an investor and you have a CSCS account. with the Nigerian Stock Exchange. It means you are an investor. You cannot exit. And I think the only way you can, the language you will use that you can decide to sell all your stock. That
Yes,
was
I
not
think
removed.
that what he meant. He's
And that
asking what is
if you
asking
sell all your stock,
at what
and it's
point
your
do you
stock,
sell
you
your
can
stock?
sell your stock and can also come back when you have
Yes,
more money. That
yes.
is
I
what
think
it
that's what he
means.
was asking. He wanted to know when it is ripe to sell a stock, maybe it has appreciated, it has gotten to like 50, 100%, 200% increase. At what point do you exit that stock?
Well, okay. Yeah, every investor has you have your
Getting, yeah.
investment benchmark. There are
Yes,
some
yes, sir.
people, once they have 50%, they exit. Either they remove their capital or remove the profit, or you remove both the profit or the total capital. But somehow, if you are already knowledgeable, it's not good to exit totally, because you cannot exit in a moving train. Supposing now your stock is at 100 naira, you bought that stock at 50 naira, and you can decide to sell half of your stock, sell half of your stock where you still retain. Because if you sell the entire holdings, your entire holding, and you now see the stock in about a week or two, you start seeing the stock at 150 or 200 naira per share. So at that point, you start regret, if I would have less on. So advisably, that is why knowledge is very important in stock market investment. In fact, in any investment at all, so that you know when to take profit, or when to also buy more. At times it's a stock market. The possibility is there the stock can go up, and when people start taking profit, the stock will fall. For when the stock fall to a certain level, that is a new entry point for some investors too. You can also decide to buy. So the decision to exit all your holdings or retain some is your personal decision. It's your personal decision. So I think I will stop
Okay, sir.
here
Thank you
for
so
now.
much. Let me just add this a follow-up. There's a question here from Blessing Igminosa. She says, "Good evening, sir. My name is Blessing. My question is coming from the last question and answer before the break. Sir, you mentioned that it is advisable that we save more money to get a tangible amount to get good stocks. Does this mean that there is difference between getting stock bit by bit and entry with good amount of cash?" I don't know if you got that question, sir.
No, what I'm saying is that the question I'm trying to say, if you are going for a stock like you want to buy 100 units of Okomo oil. Okomo oil is already there, but
2,000
let
plus.
me use Spectra oil. Spectra oil. That's why it's already more than 10,000 naira per share. If you come in with 5,000 and you cannot buy that stock. That was the point I was making. So
Okay.
if you are also going to, but let me also add
What
this
do you
too.
recommend, sir? So should somebody save enough and get to a particular amount before they start to buy stocks, or they can begin to buy bit by bit?
It depends. It depends on the decision is the person that owns the money. The person that there are some people like those of us who were in the time will not permit, but let me also mention is that investment also depend on how you also raise your money. There are ways people raise their money. Like you mentioned during the course of your presentation, that people will always complain that they don't have money. That you will always have money. The issue with many people is how they deal with their spending habit. Making money is an habit. Spending money is also an habit. In most cases, people buy what they want. If you are able to discipline yourself and raise some money, save some money, you can come big into the market. And how far you also go. If you want to make it big, in any investment at all, we should go beyond the ordinary. You understand what I mean? You don't have
Yes.
that grass cutter mentality. I don't once I make 500,000, I'm okay. It's a mindset that is wrong. Most of those that are playing it big in the Nigeria stock change today, if they tell you how they started small, but their
Yes, sir.
mindset was they set a barrier higher than them, and today they are enjoying it. So I'm not too comfortable with people, that have the money. There are some people, they have the millions. You are coming to market, you have 1 million, you are coming with 50,000 or 100,000 or 200,000 because of the risk factor. You don't want to take risk. If you are not ready to take risk, you cannot make it big. But I don't have a problem with those, who are having nothing. Maybe your level is at, start at your level and always try as much as possible to come in big. There are some people who are workers. This are to do a salary seminar. There are some people in the working career. You are working in a place where there is cooperative society, and some of your people are good taking money. Cooperative is such that some cooperative society will say, invest in start saving. Then if you want to take loan, you take times 3. You take times 3 of your loan. So at that kind, supposing you have saved up to 300,000, it means it gives you an opportunity to take about 900,000 or $1 million. You can take leverage on such opportunity, come to the market, and the salary wake up at the end of the month, it start deducting it bit by bit from your salary. Conveniently, what enters your salary is what you work with to spend. So these are some of the ways, it's not necessary. It's not what you earn, like you said earlier. It's not what you earn that determines how far you go. It's what you do with what you earn that matters, or a certain percentage of what you earn. Consistency, because you have to be consistent. It's not just question of like you said, stock market is not what you just say, let me quickly make the money and get away. If you have that kind of mindset, it's wrong. Have a long-term, be deliberate, and have a long-term investment principle in mind, or medium term. By the grace of God, you will be a winner.
Thank you so much, sir. Let me take this last one. I'm so sorry, we can't take much. I'm seeing one Yunana Bishak. I don't know if I got her name correct. Yunana Bishak. If you can hear me, Yunana Bishak, you can unmute your mic.
Good evening, sir. You got the name correctly.
Okay, where are you joining us from?
Yeah, I'm joining from Abuja.
From Abuja. All right, welcome.
Yeah.
Go ahead with your question.
Yes. My issue with investing in stock is how does one trade it? Like you trade it daily as a means of doing something. Like you trade today, you look at the movement of the stocks, because the way the price of the stocks have been moved is what they are not. I'm not too clear with it. I don't know whether you understand what I said.
Yeah, you in the first instance, you cannot trade as an individual. You trade as a stockbroker. You pass through the stockbroker. That is the way the stock market is. Stockbroker is serving as an agent between the investor and the NGS. So the trading, if you have money, you buy your stock. It's not trade. How do I put it? The equity market is not like crypto. When you trade today, you can off. It's not like that, But that is why you do your due diligence before you buy into any companies. When you buy into any company, you be patient and start waiting for their financial report. If peradventure, before their final year, the stocks are appreciating, maybe you put in 100,000 and you see it as, the profit now is now, the stock value of that stock is now 150. You can decide to remove your 100,000 or remove 50,000. And when you want to sell, you ask your stockbroker to sell for you. Within 2 days or 3 days, because when you are registering for filling the form, your account number will be there. Once they say they pay directly into your account number with the BVN, nobody, that is the protection. That is, it's very safe, highly regulated. When somebody, you sell your stock, the stock is paying into the account, attached, with your BVN number. No stockbroker in the past, in those days, stockbroker can sell your stock and go away with your money. But it's no longer like that, because the regulation, there's restriction.
Yes.
So you sell your stock, they sell your stock, they pay into your bank account. you know. So, and secondly, too, they are also, if you are in the type, they have a subscription. You can subscribe online. If you want to be monitoring your stock every day, you pay about 8,000 thereabout in a year. Pay that. I mean, anytime if you want to look at your stock only 20 times a day, you are free. Just go online and see. So that is also a protection. So you monitor it, that nobody tampers with your stock. And
Thank you so much.
secondly, too, if you also buy stocks, there is what is called S alert. If your broker execute, they will send an SMS to your phone that this social number has been executed. If your stock is also sold, they will also get an SR alert. So your investment is protected. We have come a long way, highly protected. So there's no fear. But as regard trading, you trade through the stockbroker. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That's so
Thank
much, so
you.
much, so much.
Thank you
Let
very
me
much.
just take one last one. Hands at the hope. Victory Osazua Ojo. That will be our last question for tonight. Then we close. Just like I said, those that would like to be guided and want to take advantage of our community, I've not checked my DM now, but once I just count the first 10, that's up, then you have to. I hope you are among the first 10. So, Victory Osazua Ojo, let's hear from you so that we can close tonight.
Good evening, sir. I'm Victory
Yeah,
calling from Ogun State.
Good evening.
Sir,
Where
I
are you
want
calling
to
from?
ask Ogun State.
Okay,
So I
Ogun
want
State.
to-
All right, go ahead.
So I want to ask for any books or materials you can recommend to learn how to invest in Nigerian stock exchange, because there are many for international stock exchange, but I've realized some of the things that apply to them don't always apply to us. For instance, service is not good over there because they get like 7%, but yeah, we can get up to 20% in a year. So I want to ask for materials that are specifically tailored to Nigerian stock exchange markets.
Yeah, okay, it's okay. There are a lot of investment books you can read. First of all, like I said, it's not only reading books. You listen to. There are a lot of investment program going on the television. Unfortunately, many of us are not sure when it comes to political news that will not bring money into your pocket is what you are interested in. Even some people who are sport enthusiasts, it is those news they watch. But when it comes to capital market report, they don't show interest. This thing is a daily training. You train yourself daily, and before you know it, within a year or two, you'll be well equipped to even start advising people. You'll be a guru too. So there are a lot of investment. I don't have any particular one I can pinpoint, but like this book too, I recommend for those young investors. Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's a book that changed my orientation about investment. You pick it and read Rich Dad Poor Dad. You're going to get something from it. So there are some capital market. They are available. Even Google. If you Google any information, if you want to Google, you can go online, either Chrome or Google. Say information about the Nigerian stock market. You are going to get how do you even invest? How do you start investment? You're going to get some information from there. You learn. So even through AI, there are a lot of things. In fact, recently, after when UBA declared their dividends, UBA presented their financial report last week, and there was no dividend pay. Investor, even before on Friday, on Saturday, before investors started reacting, I interacted with the AI, and I was amazed the type of information prediction, how people were. And when market started on Monday, Tuesday, in fact, those things that were going to happen, they have already analyzed it. Technical analysis. So the information for a serious investor who want to make it big in Nigeria Stock Exchange, you need to equip yourself with information. So the information are right here, even on your phone. Depends on how you make use of your phone. You buy data, you can buy data to get knowledge, or buy data to.
I don't want you to reveal to them too much.
Okay. It's okay.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. The truth is, part of the things we also give in community, we give you access to resources that we can use. I don't want to mention many, but there are things you need to analyze the market, technical analysis, fundamental analysis. You learn about sentimental analysis. This is what I was saying. But I want to summarize just in a minute or two. part of the reasons why we are focusing on stock market today, like you said, the barrier of entry is highly liquid. Highly liquid in the sense that you can enter easily and you can also exit easily. You know, there are some real estate properties that you will have. It can take you 2 years to be able to sell. And some other things too, some businesses that it take time. So that's why I normally advise that these are a very good, because also one of the things that won't help me about stock investing is that I learn a lot about business. But sometimes I attend the AGMs of all of these companies. Recently I was in Presco and also some of these guys too. I get to read their financials. I read everything. As a business person myself, I learn about efficiency. When I read GT Bank, when I read about some certain banks, when I see that GT Bank, their cost of profit is almost 40-50% for a big bank like that. So that is the advantage. So it opens your mind. So I want to encourage you. Some of you, don't let me know just go another you attended webinar again. Take action, take decision, like be guided, join a community. Like I said before, how low do you want to live below your means? How low? How low do you want to live below? You're already living, you have cut all the cost and cut all the cost. Is it until you start cutting some part of your body? All right, so you can survive. God will not allow you to get to that point. So expand your means, and we'll get the opportunity to also have him around, talk to us too. So thank you so much, engineer. We are so grateful. I believe we'll have more of you. We'll also look to organizing a physical conference too. We have a lot of people on this call. I'm glad that's why I was asking with the location from Abuja, from Bauchi, from Kaduna. Those of you that join us from Abeokuta, from Akure, from Lagos, from Benin, and anywhere you join this call from, we are so thankful for you. We'll have more seminars, we'll have more webinars for you to learn. But I would just say this was dedicated to workers. So please don't allow this one to just be another thing that you participate. This is almost after 9. We'll be here for more than 1 hour. Take decision, take action, and ensure that you are doing something. Thank you so much. If you're not part of our community, I think the link is on the chat. Good, that's the free community where you get updates there. For those who want to be part of the exclusive community, I've not checked our message. And once I count the first 10 that I see, and the rest will have to pay the other fee. All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night, engineer. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, and I believe that.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night, sir. Thank you. You can put your mic and tell engineer good night.
Good night, sir. Thank you so much.
Good night. Bye.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night. Good night. But I still have one more question. I have a lot of questions, but like there's no
At the community, you can ask as much questions as you like.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Have a wonderful night.
I message you on your DM, sir. If you don't reply, I'll reply one. I'm ready. I message you on your DM, sir. If you don't reply, I'll reply one. I'm ready.